Okay, here are those goats for this 439 Zenith. Managed getting them all derusted and uh, the superficial rust off of it, and then the buffing pads did the rest, and then the buffing polishing compound did the rest. So it did a real nice job. Some of these other ones aren't quite as lustrous as the existing ones that came with the radio. Those there at least managed to survive. Some of them that didn't have very much rust on them uh, came out pretty good. Some not as polished up as I would like to have seen, but still polished up really nice. Now I noticed that I have a pair of halves that make up one, and I got two of the same half. Um, I got, I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 pairs of halves, along with rings, from from a man named Gary. I can't remember his last name. He used to have. He's dead now, but he used to have Playthings of Past, and I used to get a lot of stuff from him before he died, and that's where all of these sets came from. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to modify these and take the top this top edge right off, so that way it won't look screwy with two notches in the top half. Um, so that's that for that. So now I've got the task of buffing and polishing the dial bezel. So stay tuned. That'll be up and coming. Okay, here is the residual parts: the dial bezel and dial glass. The dial glass is polished and ready to glow. This here's been polished back up and trimmed out and oil rub bronze striping and cleared. So that completes all the residual stuff. I hope. I believe. There is a couple of things. I have to get a bottom cabinet label that shows the patent information and model number and wattage and voltage and whatever the hell else there was on it. I still got to get that printed out. But the cabinet is being pre-stained, and it's had its first coat of stain. First coat, maybe only coat. Trying something a little different with this one. I still haven't got my tube in, but it's on its way. So I'll give you a quick look at the cabinet in its stained condition. So hang on. Okay, hopefully you can see all right without too much of the glaring from the sun. It's a bit intense. It's like about 11 o'clock. So what we have here is a base of pre-stain, and then it is overcoated with special walnut, and then the highlights are going to be cognac. Yeah, that's right. I didn't drink anything. I didn't touch it, but I gave it a wide band, feathered out in this midpoint of the cabinet height, a light air brushing upwards to feather in the bottom, a light spraying feathered downwards to catch the top down. It carries through to this side of the cabinet in the same fashion, and then the top has got the heavy feathering through the edges here, through the back, and that is through the middle, and this one here is from the edge to the middle. Nothing along the back. That is this here is special walnut base. So we're gonna let that sit for a couple hours and really soak in, and then we're gonna give it a couple of sand coats, sanding sealer coats I should say, some sealer coats, and then we're gonna give it a few hours to cure up, and then we're gonna hit it with some aqua coat. We're going to hit it with a couple of thin coats, I think, with aqua coat. I try to get it done mostly in one coat, but it's just not quite getting there, and I'm having to use a little bit more urethane on it to fill the voids. The voids gets the voids. So I'm going to do a little bit extra on this one and give it 2 coats and some good sanding. And then after that we'll take a good look at it, and then we're liable to hit it with some more airbrushing to bring up the highlight a little bit more. Only this time, see, the cognac is not transparent. It is almost like a paint, but it's, I guess you can liken it to a toner. Everything else that's shot with it is transparent. All the stains that I use are transparent stains. They're just applied heavily in this area or lightly in that area. So the cognac is a new idea. I was thinking about a different one, but it's got a slight violet or purple look. Didn't want anybody to have a psychedelic freak out from using that. I'll use it on something that's a little bit less valuable than a Zenith cabinet. So we're getting real close. I still gotta highlight all the gaps. I'm gonna do that with some either black onyx, or I'm gonna use the oil rubbed bronze. I'm not really sure. We're gonna look at it after we get the sanding sealers on it. So stay tuned. We'll have more.